we're down 1-0. And they're back behind our goal. Of course, Zyler's in goal. Our defense. Zane Waters. I see Declan O'Brien's out there, probably a midi. Chase Adelano, probably also a midi. Bay Lombardo with a long stick in there. Jackson's. Nope, that's Chase Adelano. Sorry, getting caught to speed. Declan scoops up a drop ball and is heading upfield. Flips it forward for McKeever. Great pick up by O'Brien. Sends it forward for McKeever, who puts it against the goal, and Ankeny Thunder goals on the board. That was just great burst of speed, and he was gone. Right. We're going to have a couple maroon players up, and I'm still not going to get number 55. Your middies for this face-off are going to be Callan Evans, off the draw comes free, picked up by Callan Evans. He tries working across the field. He sees it upfield for William Galway. He flips it forward for McKeever. It goes over the end line. Back out to midfield, sent up to Ryan Fadley. He's working around the far side. He flips it center to McKeever, gets it tipped away. Occasionally you will want to zoom in a little bit, but not too crazy. Looks great. Didn't know if you can hear me. All right, Johnston working it to our end. Our standard defenders of Zane Waters, Roman Bacchus. And looks like they low rolled one. Looks like they low rolled one in, and Johnston's going to take a 2-1 lead. Middies going to be Battershow. Sams is going to take the draw. Trying to see who's going to be the far side midi. Thank you very much. We are streaming, so thank you for being up there for me. So Fadley, Hardikoff, and McKeever are forwards. Johnston picks it up. Their player slips loose. Battershell gets the loose ball. He's dribbling it more. Can't quite keep it in the net. It's scooped up by McKeever. He takes a shot. Johnston turns around and sends it up to midfield. Long shot, right on target. He's trying to break past Waters. Roman Bacchus in there as well. Jackson Summerall picks up the ground ball on the far side, and it goes out of bounds. So middies are Battershell, Sams, and Jackson Summerall. Jackson goes driving up the sidelines. He gets bumped. The Johnston players try starting off after the out of bounds on the wrong side of the field. They get corrected by our referees. Thank you as always to them. Would not want to do that. Jackson Summerall trying to break up the player from Johnston. He forces him into a pass. They're working it back behind. Waters on the defense, keeping him honest with his long stick. And they work it out to the top. Sam's trying to stay with the Johnston player. Gets a decent block. Still working him, and he slipped free. Was broken up, and of course picked up by our goalie Zeiler. Zeiler sends it around to Bacchus. And that's going to be penalty. When Johnston collects the ball, it's going to be advanced. It looked like they put Everett Flora down blocking the back. I'm waiting to see the ref. Tigers heading in. He flips it center to Battershell. Out to Summerall, and that's going to be time into the first quarter. And the scoreboard's showing up on the feed. Thank you very much for double checking that. No, it's just fine. So this is the break between the first and second quarter. Johnston giving us quite a challenge. They've got two. Looks like they got one kind of low ground burner, and we lost track of it, and another one. It's going to be 3 goal games. I'm not sure how many Maroon games today, but we'll have Johnston, and later on we'll have Ames, which will be interesting because my son and Trent also used to play for Ames, and Tiger will have to go up and beat up the person in the number 6 jersey. All right. What's going on? Oh, this one's pretty good at cutting out the wind and limiting the crowd noise, but I get a dual set. I can get a splitter so we can both talk, get some color commentary. My camera person doing some amazing work. Tig flips it down low for Balin Bardo. He flips it back to Tig. Tig top to Battershell into Jackson Summerall, who's trying to work it around the corner. He takes a bouncer shot, but it goes over the net, and it's over. End line. Hardikoff brings it in. Thunder Gold doing a good job of working it around. Setting up for that game that they play. You've been following so far this season. They just wear teams down with a really accurate passing and the speed once they get open field. Fadley bringing it in. He's trying to work it around the corner against a long sticker and gets wrapped up and put on the ground. Johnston fires it long. There's Chad Fox fighting for it. Johnston goes to set up here near side. If you're watching at home, Johnston's on the attack going to your left. And Thunder will be on the attack going to your right. Right now, Johnston's got it, and there's just kind of at stasis. We're just kind of looking at each other. Oh, and there they're on the move. Working it across against Battershell. Bump off. Keeping them well out and defended. So I believe it's Battershell, Summerall, and Sams as your middies. It's like Chad Fox is one of your defenders. Everett Floor, one of your defenders. Johnston trying to work it back around. He's getting worked by Battershell pretty hard. He tries flipping it, and it's going to go out of bounds. Thunder ball. Chad Fox, the long sticker, is going to take it in from the out of bounds. He looks long for Battershell. Battershell moving upfield. He misses a connection with Sams, and Johnston takes it. And they run right into two defenders, right into Bacchus and Battershell getting back. And the Johnston player gets free, fires it, and there was some dispute, but that's going to be 3-1 Johnston. Well-deserved celebration by the Johnston shooter. So we're going to switch up for Jackson. Nope. Chase Adelano is going to take the face-off with Declan O'Brien as a midi. Attackers are Fadley McKeever and I believe Balin Bardo. And Johnston works back down into our end again. Chad Fox, Everett Floor, and Zane Waters as your defenders. Middy's coming in to help. Floor caused a drop, and it sends it forward. First picked up by Fadley, and he's getting ridden down by a couple players, and there's a flag. Fadley was about to slip free of two defenders and had a straight shot for the goal, and they did the illegal to stop his play. He would have been into the green pastures of cavalry, as my last job used to say. Adelano comes in. He gets swaps with Declan O'Brien. He sends it to 55. Works it back on Balin Bardo. He's slowly walking it in. These two teams are playing tight defense. Bardo fires through the goal mouth into the far side. Where it's going to be brought in by Fadley. Fadley works his first defender. Flips it for Adelano. But Johnston takes up the grounded ball. And with a burst of speed, Johnston player fires it. It's over the end, over the end line. Johnston going to bring it in. We're staying with the, I believe this might be Kale in the 55. Everett Floor, Chad Fox defenders. Zane Waters, the other defender. And they're just playing statue now, waiting for someone to spring free. The Thunder's defense. So Fox goes in after him, and Johnston player takes off. Adelano comes in after him. Johnston player swings it. He fires high. It's going to be out of bounds. I apologize if they're running commentary behind you. Problem. I can step back if it's. Yes. I'm sorry. Oh, I run my mouth a lot, so. Zeiler sends it for Florer. Florer flips it forward, looking for O'Brien, but over the top. Johnston collects. And their long sticker is working it up the far side. And he goes down. Not sure if he cramped or took a hit. All right, we're going to swap out a handful. It looks like Jackson Summerall is going to take the inbounds. With Galway up forward. McKeever. It gets thrown long and over the end line. Fadley was chasing after it, but just couldn't catch up. Johnston's going to get it in there long. Holman sends it to midfield, where they collect. He's immediately met by Galway. He slips, then Jackson Summerall's keeping an eye on him, but keeping him out of the big wide perimeter. They try changing defenders. Callan Evans comes forward. Johnston takes a shot. Miss over the end line. It's still 3-1 Johnston. The pace has definitely slowed down quite a bit as both teams have a pretty strong defense. Johnston takes it, looks out for a little open field work. He was going to flip it to midi, and William Galway was reading that all the way. They slip Jackson Summerall, who chases him down. Bacchus screens out, and they fire and miss long. Going to be brought in by Callan Evans. He sends it to Zeiler, who looks for Bacchus, who flips it midfield for Jackson Summerall, who he shakes 1, 2, and a third defender. Gets sandwiched between two, and the ball hits the ground, but it's picked up. In that scramble with Jackson Summerall keeping the ball moving forward, Bardo scooped it up and put it in the net. I was just keep making that forward progress. 3-2, Johnston's lead. Second. Declan O'Brien's cheering section cheering him on. Taking the draw, it's going to be Sam's with Battershell on the far side. Your defenders are Bacchus Waters, Chad Fox. It's a scramble at midfield with O'Brien. Comes free with it. He's going to roll. He shakes the defender, turns the corner on him, and shoots just wide. Good read defense that he saw he had a seam, and that's going to be half with Johnston leading 3-2. No, thank you very much, though. It is a beautiful day to get sunburned watching lacrosse. 3 games for gold and at least a game. I am not up the ladder. I have the superb video crew up the ladder. I know a whole lot of people have a whole lot of other commitments, but there's a good mix of maroon in the goal, which is great to see that our maroon talent is standing up to top line of any other team. It says a lot about the players, a lot about the coaching. I'm going to continue to blather for the rest of the. Yeah.
What is that? Like how on Facebook? Sarah Sam's?
I will see. So that's sure.
Sarah Sam's too.
Yep. It, sure. You're gonna have to put up with my blathering though. Sorry. Just mute it. Just mute it. So more and more people being impressed with the live stream. If you knew my wife and the way she brought the video up at hockey, with a lot of help, of course, from the media team, to the point where we even had sweatshirts made. But this should be the sideline app going to for the scoreboard, and people are asking for the connection. All right, Johnston breaks their huddle for mids. Excuse me. So that since that was half, we'll be switching ends. And Johnston will be defending to your left and attacking to your right. Our Thunder will be attacking to your left. And Zeiler, of course, will be stalwart in the goal for on the right side of your screen. And Thunder goal is going to come out of the break for the second half. Zeiler in goal. Bacchus, Waters, and looking forward, looks like going to be Chad Fox. You're going to be starting defenders. Jackson Summerall, Battershill, Sams are going to be your middies. And your attack's going to be Hardikoff, Fadley, and Balin Bardo. So a little change up in some of the lines, but 3-2. Johnston's got the lead. Start of the second half. Tig on the face-off. Come on, buddy. You got this. Ref sets it up. And Ty comes away with it after bending his stick, and I guess we're buying him a new one. Flips it forward to Battershill, who goes up the far sideline. He shucks a defender, looks inside for Fadley, who takes it back behind the net. Fadley, quick flip to Hardikoff, who it shaved the post to the outside. Fadley from the inbounds. He shakes a defender, steps in close, bounces one. It goes wide, but Bardo there for the rebound, bounces one right back in. So Fadley's shot broken up, but the pressure he drew to him opened up Bardo on the far side, and we are tied. Three here in the third. Sams is going to take the draw with Summerall and O'Brien as your middies. We're staying. Otherwise, the lineup's the same. Popped free and pick collected by Johnston. He's taking up the far line with O'Brien on him. Johnston tries crossing the field. Bacchus breaks that up. Summerall and Bacchus. Johnston's able to flip a shot and gets it by Zeiler. They're really working us today. Really good team. So Johnston goes to 4, and we're still at 3. Hopefully this is when we put the hammer down like we have several games in a row where we just take back the game, play our game. Sam's is going to be on the draw again with Chase Adelano on the far side, Declan O'Brien near middies. Ref sets it up, releases them. And Johnston comes away with it. He's off to the races, trying to go right up the middle. Tries shooting one low and by Zeiler. And it goes over the end line. So I think Zeiler tipped that away, as a matter of fact, the way he was chasing after it. Bacchus collects it from the end line. Flips it to Zeiler. Cox, our goalie. He sends it wide for Zane Waters. He gets it to Chase Adelano. Chase Adelano gets hit in the back of the head, but keeps going because it's that good. He's working it in close, drawing a defender. Back to X. To Hardikoff. He steps inside his defender. It comes down, but is popped loose. Woo! Declan O'Brien tries doing a stick hit. I saw a flag. I'm not sure if that was what that was for, but it's against us. Oh, and the first flag came out when he swung at the stick, but it was stick to stick, though. I didn't hear it hit. I definitely heard it, but I'm not the ref, and I will respect that. And I hope the second one wasn't. Okay. All right, so we'll be man down. Johnston on the attack with a 4-3. Johnston fires, goes wide over the end line. Quick whistle. Roman Bach is going to bring it the inbounds. He takes a good body shot and a stick shot. And Johnston comes in to take it away from him. Chase Adelano in, fighting for it. He cut through two again, and I thought I heard something, but the referees are in charge of this game, so I will respect that. It's fired long. Jackson Summerall fighting for it. Ryan Fadley fighting for it. But Johnston comes up with it and turns around, headed back the other way. Balin Bardo in pursuit. And they slow it down to set it up. Johnston tries a shot, goes wide. It's over the end line. Penalties elapsed, I'm hearing. And Johnston's picks it up, working it around back behind the net. Chad Fox in there breaking that play up. They were going to take their time, and he wasn't going to allow that. Jackson Summerall picks up the ground ball and puts on a burst of speed He is through and through another. He takes a shot and does it. He picked up a couple of bodies, thunder bodies for a screen, and was able to get that seam. It's Jackson Summerall on the goal. Good fight by our defense. Created a loose ball in our defensive zone. Jackson Summerall takes it the distance. Bounced off a few. Got a few screens by his teammates. And into the net. So William Galloway is going to be taking this draw. Jackson Summerall in. Trying to make out who the other midfielder is. The other midfielder is Callan Evans. Johnston tries going upfield, and a couple players end up on the ground, but the ref signals winding it on. Slips it to Carson McKeever. Jackson Summerall comes up with it. Spin twice, fires, but it's wide. The attack is starting to put Johnston back to their heels. We have tied this game up from when we were down. Oh. And Johnston's going to get the ball on the move off the whistle. Jackson moving in on him, chasing him down, steering him around. He tries getting us. It's Zeiler with the clutch connection to the goal. Picks up that ground ball. He sends it forward for Galway to Callan Evans, and Johnston collects. Johnston somehow comes up after the raking festival. They fire it, and it's out of bounds far side. I need to put on sunscreen. I hope these refs will put on sunscreen because they're going to have a long day of hard work. It's brought into Jackson Summerall. Jackson dodges a guy trying to take his stick. He flips it to Tig, who grounds it and gets it back up. He shakes a defender. He's looking inside. Slows down. He gets it to Balin Bardo, but down near the goal line. Balin looking to break free. He flips it back to Tig. Tig goes back to behind the X. He gets a Fadley who fires it wide. That was good working it around. That went full all the way around. Oh, Fadley gets a great inbounds pass, but two sticks get in his way before he can close it. The deal. But he drew in a whole lot of defenders. Johnston launches it long for anybody's ball. And that's going to be the end of the third, tied 4-4. So we start the fourth. It's going to be the even score. Beyond being able to put it with me, she also has other amazing abilities. So it's. I'm sure that for the next game I'll have a diagram because she make in the middle of the wedding she's looking at her phone like, yes, no, Todd, go. It'll be perfect. All right, we're going to start the fourth. It's tied 4-4 against Johnston. Zeiler heading for his goal to your right. with his defenders going to be Florer, Chad Fox, and Roman Bacchus. Nope, swapping out Bacchus for Waters. Declan O'Brien's going to be a midi. I believe that's Kale on the far side. This will be Chase Adelano on the draw. Ref sets them up nicely. Johnston scoops it, but it's on the ground. There's some scrum going on. Ref raises his hand and calls the push. So White's going to take it. So Johnston will get it. And they're on the move across midfield. Chase Adelano fighting him off. And Chase Adelano's defense says that Johnston player had to push him off and gets called. The refs want to make sure it's done right. Chase Adelano going for the far sidelines. All right, so the ref's trying to keep this from getting ugly. Jackson Summerall is going to take it in on the far side. Jackson Summerall, midfield, still going. He sees a shot, bounces it. It's over and over the end line. Fadley looking to shake a long stick defender. He walks in, gets balls on the ground. Some raking going on, and the scrum breaks out. Ball is still on the ground, still being raked. And there is a whole lot. Woo! And William Galley comes away with it. So we're setting back up. Jackson Summerall up top. He comes in and bounces one over again. I know we play on several different fields. Apparently this is a harder surface, but Johnston fires it long. Jackson Summerall gets the tip. Johnston still recovers. Floor with a big bump breaks that play up. He's regularly a Maroon, but has earned his spot here. Johnston looking for a setup, tries firing one low, and it goes wide. Johnston's going to bring the inbounds. Still 4-4. We're running out of fourth period here. Chad Fox trying to work the ball. Still trying to fight through. And Zeiler shrugs it off. Jackson Summerall goes to the ground and gets back up with three defenders. It looks like an interference call on Johnston. Tyke Sams comes in. Callan Evans comes in. Jackson Summerall brings it in and starts the movement toward the goal. He's got some bodies, gets a screen set up for Sams. Jackson fires, their goalie sticks it away, but it goes to Johnston players. Fadley trying to hunt that one down. So Summerall trying to hunt that one down. And Callan Evans takes the stick. Johnston returns the favor and puts it on the ground. Sams picks it up on the far side. He flips it forward for Balin Bardos. Respecting Balin's space there while the Thunder try and find an open seam. Flips it center for Sams, who's trying to rake it forward, and their goalie collects it. Their goalie sends it long, and it goes to the ground. Johnston tries bringing it in around the far side. Galloway breaking that up. Tries to slip around Galloway. Zeiler with a stop. Floor walking it upfield with the long stick. He fires it for Fadley, but it's broken up by Johnston. Fadley comes in and wiggles that one free and collects the ground ball, but he's pushed off. Nice little fiddle work by Fadley. Johnston gets it back up and on the attack. They're 3-on-2. And blocked away by Zeiler as he does. Sticked away by Zeiler. And the clock is running here in the fourth. Tied 4-4. Chad Fox comes out to challenge Johnston inbounds. And they're still working it, trying to get it a little shot. They try going high, and Declan O'Brien is there. He tips it loose. Adelano fighting for it. Galloway fighting for it. There's a flag. And it must be on Johnston because Declan O'Brien picks up the loose ball. And the penalty on Johnston takes effect when they get control. We're bringing in Galway, Sams, and Summerall as your mids. Bacchus, Waters, and Fox, your defense. Fadley, Hardikoff, Bardo as your attackers. Summerall starts off. Flips it to Galway far side. He goes to the corner for Hardikoff. Tries to go back to the middle for Bardo. It's going to be out of bounds. Jackson Summerall out challenging. He gets backed by Waters, and they work it back around behind the goal, looking for something. He's being left well alone, but he's got no one to pass to. Waters finally comes out at. Galloway comes out to challenge, and they try and slip one free. He goes to Bacchus. He sends it, and it goes through the crease and off the near side. Jackson Summerall is going to take this inbounds when the ref releases him. He fires it for Sams. One defender slips, two defenders slips, and he sends it forward for Galloway. It hits the ground. Sams picks it up again. And where's he looking for? He goes back behind the net where he's getting savage. Flips it to Hardikoff, but Fadley has to pick it up. Fadley with the amazing save on the sidelines, and he comes back for his own ground ball. That's hustle. That's really the extra effort that's going to win this game. Fadley with a flip over the top to Bardo, turns it right back on their goalie. 5-4 late in the fourth. Can't compliment Fadley enough on his effort to keep that play alive. He saved the inbounds, then he picked up his own inbounds, then he saw the open seam, and we were on a timeout. Johnston. Well, he also got it set up. He saved the inbounds, then came back and picked it back up. So, all right, so we got a defensive huddle with our goaltender and coming out of the timeout, the midfielders are going to be Declan O'Brien. Nope, and going back for the Aura team. Middy's going to be Declan, Adelano, and Sams. Standard defenders, Waters, Bacchus, Chad Fox. Of course, Zyler standing tall and goal. Your attacker is going to be Fadley, Hardikoff, and Bardo. Sam's going to take the draw. Nope, Adelano's going to. Normally it's Hardikoff in the draw, and he just kind of overpowers the other, but they moved him to forward. Adelano forcing through. O'Brien comes in, collects the ball, and flips it loose. O'Brien fighting for, and there's a flag. John, it must be on us because it's yeah. I was curious about that one as well. Johnston tries firing into the face of the matter. And in the rumble, Emily's finally going to hit. Seeing a few more bodies hitting the floor as the sun goes. There cannot be much time left here in the fourth. It looked clean from this angle, but I'm not the ref, so we'll be man down. Mm-hmm. He's keeping it from turning the corner on him. So we'll be man down. The penalty to O'Brien that I'm sure the referees saw it. I didn't. Waters, Bacchus, Fox, Jackson O'Brien. Balin Bardo is back with a long stick. Johnston tries firing and short bounce collected by, and that's game. It's 5-4 win, Ankeny Thunder. So you just tell me when you want to shut down, and I'll stop the scoring. Oh yeah. It's always good to see the sportsmanship at the end. So first game of the day, 5-4 win. Ankeny Thunder gold over Johnston. Sprinkled in with the goal was a lot of maroon, which is a real positive sign for. Yep, you should have the